Hey everyone, it's 8:30 in the morning and my day has been underway since about 6 because I've kind of revamped my work schedule for summer. And so I just want to clarify that yes, of course, I have my own business and I have a very flexible schedule, and I can work weekends if I want, or evenings, or at 6 in the morning, and then be off in the middle of the day with my daughter. But this is really about whatever your summer is like. If you have kids, or maybe even if you don't, but if you have kids and they're home in the summertime, it feels like kind of this seismic shift to life. To be able to get them to the programs that they're in for the summer, the camps, the play dates. My daughter's 12, so she started volunteering, or maybe they need to be driven to their first jobs and they're home part of the time, and you're trying to manage your workload, whatever that looks like, and keep them off of screen time and try to have some fun and busy weekends. Like, it's all kind of a lot. And for the last few years, I've done this reprioritizing. And this year, I've done this for the last couple of years, but I never really thought much about it. But this year I'm calling it summer resolutions. So kind of like we might sit down at New Year's and write out our resolutions for the upcoming year. I use this time for a pause to reprioritize what's really important for me through the summer, because everything feels quite a bit different. And so I'm going to suggest that you do that. Even if you don't have kids, I had someone comment on this idea who said that she actually had a hard time doing New Year's resolutions because it was in the middle of a season. So it just didn't even feel right to be doing that in the middle of winter. So whether it makes more sense to write your goals seasonally, or just because this is kind of a shifting time of the year with kids home, sit down for a few minutes and just write out what are your priorities for the summer. And once you have those, then you can look at it and say, what do I have to be able to let go of in order to make this manageable and maybe even fun? And so for me, I have sort of a very structured routine in how I do my days, but my daughter is home, so I have to breathe and let go of that routine. I've decided to wake up earlier and hit the ground with work earlier. I'm going to allow her to have screen time in the morning. In the afternoon, there'll be a little break time where we hang out for a little while, do some projects together, or go get outside. And then I can work a little bit more on the weekends when my husband is home. Simpler meals. I do like to cook, but I can get a little caught up in it. And so I'm really conscious about making sure that I'm planning simpler meals for the family. And for the first time, I think maybe this summer, I'm not hosting. I'm not throwing any events. I'm not having people over. I really do enjoy it. But then that requires me to make sure my house is spotless, and the work to prep the food and to be on and entertaining. I'm just not doing it. So give it a try. Whether you have kids or you feel like you're in a big shift, or maybe it's just time to revisit your New Year's resolutions, just sit down, write out what are your priorities for the summer. And really importantly, what can you let go of in order to meet those priorities? Because we have a tendency to get caught up in all kinds of things. So maybe it's time for like a cleansing of what's going on in our brain. And this might be a way to do it. Let me know what you think.